Today we've got another accessory from Mabett on Amazon. They sent us out their lighted hand grips, and we're going to go ahead and open those up and get them installed. Alright guys, so first let's unbox these. So here's the part number for this. Again, I'll have a link down below in the description for it. But this nice box, really. It comes in and you have your instructions, and it looks like this is relatively straightforward, and we'll get into that in a minute. But let's go ahead and open this up. Nice protective foam. And then here are the handles, a wiring harness with the control box that'll plug in up here. So we'll go ahead and get that set up. And these handles, I wanted to show you guys these. I know through the camera it's hard to show this, but these are thick metal. They have some heavy duty springs in here. And then you can see that white bar across the center there. That's the light. And then nice connectors to plug those in. So these are really solid. And they seem like really good material. And I'm really impressed with this so far. So I'm excited to get this install done and see what we think of these and how we like them. It's interesting how they pivot down once you bolt these into place. So I'm really curious to see how that works and how that functions in real life and what we think of this. So let's go ahead and get these installed. So guys, I wanted to show you guys the instruction manual for this as we get started here. These instructions are really good, and the pictures are everything that you need here. You know, there's just 5 bolts on each side and then a pry bar to pop this off. So all you really need to do this job are a couple of plastic pry tools so you don't mar anything up when you're popping out this back reverse light here, or interior light, and 8mm socket here to get the bolts off. So this should be really straightforward. Some pretty awesome instructions here. And it's got the adapter for the light already connected here. So let's go ahead and start with step number 1. All right, so step number 1 is to remove these bolts here. There's 5 of them. And actually the center one right here, you don't entirely remove that one, you just loosen that one. So the other 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4 back there, those all come out. So let's go ahead and use the wrench and get those out of there. Now it's important you do reuse this, so don't discard your bolts. All right, so now we've moved into the back of the Bronco, and we're going to remove the reading light back here with our pry tools carefully and try not to mess it all up. There it goes. Now that we have that out, we'll unplug the clip in the back. And here we go. All right, and then you come back to the trunk of the Bronco, and we're going to remove this plastic clip in here using the plastic pry bar. And here's that clip. All right, now that we have the light out and that plug from behind removed, we're going to take the wiring harness here and we're going to fish it in through the top. Then we're going to reconnect the 2 cables here. So we still have one for the original light to plug back into. And I'm going to leave that hanging right now. And then we're going to run these 2 cables. They go across here and then up to where the grab handles are. So there's one for each side. Doesn't matter which side you run them to, but we're going to go ahead and run the cables up through here all the way up to where the grab handles are. All right, so you can see we got the cables now tucked in here nice and neatly, and I use the plastic tool to push them down in there, and then they run across here, and I left this tail sticking out for right now, and then I tucked them neatly in here and in here, and now I've got the tail out here as well. Now we'll go grab the handles, and we should be able to bolt those right back in here using the original stock bolts here and plug in the cable, and we'll see how we tuck that cable in once we got the handles on. All right, so let's grab a couple handles, one for the front, one for the rear, and we're going to start with the front handle here and then work our way to the back. I do want to share with you guys something I just found out. There are different lengths between the front and the rear. So you can see the lengths between the bolts. The shorter one are for the front and the longer are for the rear. So now we've got the front one. Let's go ahead and connect the wires and then use our original stock bolts to install this grab handle in. So now we've got that connected. Now we'll make sure that we put the wires back behind the plastic again. Make for a nice and neat install. All right. So you could do this with the roof on your Bronco, but I think it's a lot easier to do it with it off. So we'll start these by hand. Don't want to cross thread anything. As you can see, I can reach around without the roof on the Bronco and be able to get in here to start the bolts, hold things in place. Just gives you more room, more freedom to work. All right, got those started by hand. Zip them in. And there you have it. The handle's installed. I really do like the spring action on these. I hope it holds up over time, but only time will tell. So let's go ahead and put the rear one in. All right, so now we're at the rear passenger side. We've got the correct one with the longer distance here. We're gonna rinse and repeat here. Plug this into the wiring harness up here, and then tuck this in, and then use the stock bolts to zip this back into place. And then we'll also tighten back down this bolt here. All right, got the cables in place. Let's zip it down. And there we have it. Handle grips in place. Don't want to forget to zip this one down. All right, so now we're going to repeat that process on the driver's side. All right, so then we do the rear. Same way, same process. Sure. All right, so final couple steps. Take our light. Push that back into place. And then we'll get the push pin in the back. Push pin. And there we go. All right guys, now that we have these grab handles installed onto the Bronco, the instructions actually say to wait 3 to 5 minutes for the system to recalculate for the new lights that are attached to it. So we're gonna go ahead and let the Bronco sit for about 3 to 5 minutes, and then we'll come in and take a look at these fully installed and ready to go. All right, so we let this sit for a few minutes. Now I'm going to show you guys how these operate when you open the door. So if you look inside now, you'll see that there are no lights under the grab handles. But when we grab the door and open it, boom, those lights come on. And it comes on this side as well. So I think that's really cool. I can't wait for it to get dark out so we can take a look at them in the dark. So guys, this is in my garage with the light on, but you can see how much light it adds with the grab handle bars. Makes a big difference. Adds a lot of light to it. Very happy with that. All right guys, so here's the nighttime difference with the new grab bar lights. Look how much more light there is in here. It's almost like daylight. And that's from the new grab bars placed up top. Wow, what an improvement in lighting inside the Bronco. All right guys, so we're back with the Bronco again, and it's been some time. I'm obviously wearing a jacket now, so it's fall, but I wanted to take some time with these grab handles to see how we really liked them and how much we use them. So let's go ahead and jump back in here and take a look at them one last time. So guys, we've been using these for a little over a month now, and I absolutely love these and the light that they provide into this vehicle. Now the grab handles functionality, now if I can get this for you guys, but you pull it down to hang on it, and it's really solid metal. Very happy. The springs are great. They don't jostle around when you're driving around in the vehicle. I am extremely satisfied with these. But my most favorite feature are these lights. They add so much light to the interior of the vehicle that the lights alone are worth it. The grab handle is just a bonus. So I highly recommend these. We used them, went on a trip to Myrtle Beach, used them a good deal there, used them with the top off, the top on, and super satisfied. These are great. Highly recommend this one.